welcome to Tasha Travels. This is my new travel segment where I share with you 5-minute reviews of some of my top adventures and favorite destinations I've gone to so far. So this week I am taking you to Africa. So I went there this time actually 2 years ago, specifically on safari. And so I'm going to share with you a little bit about my trip, some highlights, some challenges, as well as some kidney considerations. So my trip was September 1st to the 14th, 2022, and I went on safari September 4th to the 12th. This was actually my first experience with small group travel. I went with a company called Intrepid. It was a super amazing experience, and I already can't wait to go on another adventure with them again. I'm daydreaming about where my husband and I can go after I get feeling better. But it was an amazing experience. We went from Victoria Falls, Zimbabwe, down to Johannesburg, South Africa, and Intrepid has a few different travel styles depending on how you want to go, your type of comfort and that type of thing. They have anywhere from basic to premium depending on the price and what you're looking for luxury. So I wanted to be all authentic. I wanted to be right in the middle of the animals, be in the middle of Africa. So I chose the basic option. So that entailed driving around in this amazing little vehicle here for our whole trip. We drove down the whole countryside, got to see all the scenes, and we pitched tents in the campgrounds or different camps that we stayed at for a night or two. And then we also did a 2-night homestay as well in a local village, which was really neat to see. And so some of my highlights of this trip, my first one was I was really excited to see Victoria Falls. This is a really famous and one of the largest waterfalls in the world. The sheet of water that comes from this thing is just incredible, and I was lucky enough to be able to go explore that on my own before my safari started. And just feeling the mist on your face as you walk past and just hearing the roar of that water is just a very surreal feeling. So that was so incredible. Obviously my top highlight, as if going on safari, is the animals. So I'm a huge animal lover, so that was definitely my highlight, seeing all the animals in the wild, from elephants to giraffes, zebras. I even got to see hyenas, which is super amazing. And we ended our trip seeing a whole pride of lions just like lounging in the middle of the road on the path in the park. So we got to see 4 of the big 5 animals. Didn't get to see the cheetah this time, but hopefully next time. But yeah, that was just so incredible going on safari and getting up for those drives and seeing all the animals. And finally, my personal highlight for me was just the sense of independence that I got from this trip. I had gone through a rough time a couple years beforehand, and so this was a very personal trip for me, a dream for me that I wanted to experience for myself, and I was very proud that I made it happen. I wanted to be able to have this experience and gain independence and some more self-confidence on my own, and that was exactly what I was able to do with this. So some of the challenges that I experienced right off the gate was flight delays. So I woke up that morning I was supposed to leave and had an email that my flight had been delayed. Then I had to try and contact the airline in Africa to get that flight changed, and I even had flight canceled on the way home, so I had to stay an extra night. So that was kind of a little crazy and stressful, but in the big scheme of things, it worked out great. Another challenge that I had was this trip was a combined trip, and so there was a part of it that started on the west side before I got there, and then this part finished on the east side of Africa. And so most of my group that I went with had also done the west side. So they already knew the routine, they already knew each other. So I was only one of 3 people that came in the middle of it. And so that kind of took me a couple days to get adjusted and get the routine down and stuff, but I got that figured out. And then finally it was just kind of difficult being gone so long. I have dogs, I miss them, and I was actually in a new relationship at the time. So being gone from my boyfriend for 2 weeks was really difficult, but made it through. He's now now my husband, so we're good. And so kidney considerations that I took care of with this was really just making sure I had a portable heating pad with me, Tylenol. I knew I was going to be sleeping on the ground, so taking that into consideration. But I really tried to just do all I could, tried to take every opportunity I could, and just be really in the moment and be there. And so it was an incredible thing. I'm so proud of myself that I did it. If anybody's considering, I definitely recommend. It was an amazing trip. I can't wait to share that experience with my husband in the future. And yeah, I just had an amazing time. One of the best trips I've gone on so far. So thank you for checking out. Please stick around and subscribe and like, and see where I will take you next.